Guys, do you remember last week when we had this view out our front door? Well, check out this week's view. Not that. Look at that. Yeah, I'm putting the ugly curtain in there. Yeah, guys, here's a better view of what's out our front door, but let me get you a view without me in it. So there's our camper, and look at this. We have nobody parked in front of us, nobody parked behind us, and nobody parked beside us. I'm gonna get you an even better perspective. So there's us, and here's a view of the entire campground. It's just a tiny place, but man, this place is awesome. Oh, there's somebody over there doing laundry in that building over there. One of the two campers that are here, somebody's doing laundry. But we've made it to Murray, Iowa, which is where some of Christy's family is. We're here for a week at this campground to hang out with them, and the next week we're going to Des Moines, where the rest of her family is. But I really don't think we could have done better with the camping spot. Now, understand, this is only electric and water, so we might have to dump our sewer using our blue boy tote. But you guys know we're experts with that. We did that for like 6 years. So this is the Prairie Ridge RV Park or campground in Murray, Iowa. And even though it's small, it's got a lot to offer. One thing I am kind of nervous about is there is a bunch of birds that live here. And I don't know if they've ever even seen a drone. So when I put Dwight up in the air today, he might be fending for himself. He might have a war on his hands. But look at this, we got some horses, or we got a horse. And we got a couple of, look like steers. So that's pretty cool. Christy would know if those were steers. They look like steers to me. But walking down this way, this is the entertainment area. Our camper is way over there. You can't even see it right now because, well, that camper's in the way. But we're down in like a little gully there before we get to the pond. I think we've got the best site here. Well, from what I understand, this pond here has a bunch of good fishing. I'm not sure exactly what's in there, but I don't even have a fishing pole. But it looks to me like they've got some paddle boats. I saw a kayak over there somewhere else. I can't remember exactly where that was. But they also have some life jackets. I guess you can rent these boats for $20 an hour, or the fishing boat anyway. I'm not sure. Oh, the pedal boat rental fee is $10 an hour. Have you ever been on one of these? They suck. I don't know what's going on with that, but it could be that fountain over there. They might be wanting to stir up this water a little bit. I think the geese were here. Oh, there's looks like an aerator is right in that area there. That might be what that pump is for, because that fountain's probably on a separate water pump on its own. But it looks like there's a swimming area over there. Let's go check that out. Guys, I think I found the culprit to what was on that boardwalk down there. He's walking away. Yeah, he's ashamed. Look at what you did. All right, on to more important things. Over here is the entertainment area. I guess that's a little pavilion there where you guys, where we could have some picnics. And then over here to the left is a water slide. Yeah, they told us yesterday that if we wanted to try the water slide, we can. And this is the swimming area. How about that? Challenge accepted. Maybe not right now, but later this week. But here it is, guys. There's a button that you got to push down there somewhere at the bottom of the thing, and it shoots water out of here and out of here, so you don't get stuck right there. But yeah, we're gonna ride this sucker. Walking down here to the little beach, they got a bench, and it's like a little sandy area right here. Look at this. That way your feet don't stay muddy. Well, that's where you get shot out of the bottom of the slide. It looks like the goose was here too. I guess you got to watch your step around here. Oh, check this out. I'm keeping this. What do you think? Does it match my hat? Guys, I just can't say enough good things about this campground so far. I know we just got here last night. We've got a bunch of different things that we've got to experience. But man, this is just relaxing is all I can say. Oh, there's a bunch of different feathers around here, but I still think this is the best one. Now, I'm not sure exactly what there is to do here in Murray, Iowa, but if all we did was stay here at this campground, that'd be enough for me. I didn't even see this, but right there you guys can see that they got an archery place set up. There's a hay bale down there that you can shoot at. And then over here, there's a couple more campsites that are empty, but then they've got horseshoes. Where's the other horseshoe pit? I can't find the other horseshoe pit. Oh, there it is, right around in there. I'm gonna walk up to the front office that's not manned. It's kind of like an honor system. You leave cash in an envelope, and then you call the number and tell them that you're here. So I'm gonna take you up there and show you what they offer up there. This is pretty neat. Oh, I see, this is a group camping area around in here. You guys see all these birds flying around through here? I mean, come on. I'd guarantee they're gonna attack Dwight. Again, I say Dwight's days may be numbered, especially since this DJI thing's going on. And I don't think Care Refresh is gonna work anymore, at least here in the US. Well, that whole area over there belongs to the campground too. And you might see those markers out there. One says 150, and this one says 100. That's a little bit of a hint as far as what this is. Basically, that means that I've got 150 yards to walk to the front. Well, when you first drive in, this is what you come up to. You come up to the stop sign that says check in here. And then over here, this building is where you check in specifically. But over here to the right is what I wanted to show you. Let me walk over here and show you what this is. You might be able to tell what it is just by looking at it, because I know some of you guys probably play this sport. Can anyone say 4? Yeah, guys, it's a driving range. Who would have ever thought a driving range would be at a campground? Well, here's the machine. You can get your basket of balls. There's the basket. And here's the prices. And then up here it says, these premises protected by video surveillance. Smile. But here's the registration forms are inside that little section in the envelopes there. All you do is you fill them out and you drop them in the drop box, and you're all good to go. They even provide you with a pen. Now, Krista did this yesterday. I'm not really sure how she got the envelope and the money in that box. I have no idea. There's no opening. There's a daddy long leg though right there. Now, is it a myth or is it true that those are the deadliest spiders in the world? You tell me. Well, I'm gonna walk up here to the sign that you see from the main road, and I'm gonna get my selfie with it, with my feather. Can you tell it's windy? Yeah, Old Glory's flying. Check out the road right here too. You see that little loop-de-loop hill? That's always fun to drive on. And people think Iowa's flat. Oh, found the dumpster. All right, guys, with all that said, and I know that was just a bunch of camping stuff that you probably aren't interested in hearing, but I do appreciate you letting me share. I think it's time to get back to the camper so we can get Dwight out of the box. And I can tell you what this test is all about today, because the thumbnail may have been a little bit clickbaitish, probably. So you think, well, once I get done with the video, you're gonna think different. Oh, look at them birds. Those birds are gonna act like that with Dwight, I know it. I can just feel it. Dwight's screwed. Look at all those birds. Apparently that's the state bird. And man, they are bossy. I told Christy Iowa could have done a little bit better with their state bird. You think Christy would appreciate this as a gift? Hey Christy, do you want this goose feather? She said nope, and it's gross, and to leave it outside. Let's see how long it stays here. All right, guys, I gotta go get Dwight. All right, well, we're here with Dwight. I got him in a cup holder in my chair, and we've got Martha, our controller. And I know that I promised a few weeks ago that I would not do any more flights with Dwight logged out, but I gotta break that promise. I'm sorry, Dwight, I gotta do it, it's for science. I gotta do it for these guys, you understand, right? Well, anyway, I was going through all of our comments the other day, looking for more test ideas because of course we're running short. Again, I need your guys' help, I need you to send me some ideas. But I found a comment from over a year ago that I guess I just missed, or, well, I didn't miss it because I replied to it, but I guess I forgot to write it down as a video idea. So today we're gonna cover that one. However, before we get there, I wanna show you guys how windy it is. Can you see the wind blowing in the background? Do you see that tree? It's pretty windy here. So let me check out air data and show you guys what we have to work with today. So today, like I said, we're in Murray, Iowa, and right now it says that we've got gusts at 18 miles an hour, give or take. I think they're a little stronger than that, and sustained winds of 11. Yeah, I can believe that. That seems kind of right. But man, the gusts seem a little bit stronger than that. But another cool thing, we're in no controlled airspace whatsoever. I'm going to zoom out here and take a snapshot of this and show you where we are in relation to Des Moines. And Des Moines is the closest airport. What do y'all think of that? We're all clear. I just noticed that it looks like the Des Moines airport's been expanded here, so I moved my icon into the middle of that, and it looks like there is a temporary or a future TFR in the area, which I've never seen on this app before, so that's cool. I'm glad that that works. It says future TFR in this area, stay alert and fly safely. It says VIP movement starts in 3 days. Who are they moving? We'll just make sure that we stay clear of that. Anyway, guys, let me get to the comment here. You remember that I've been testing Dwight and Rose also. I've been testing these drones out being logged out to see if they have any limitations. And Yeah, they do have limitations. They have a vertical limitation and they have a distance limitation. The vertical limitation is right at 100 feet and the distance limitation is 150, 160 feet. I also found out that I made a mistake. Well, in regards to the limitations, I misspoke. I was saying this whole time that the flight records are not stored on the DJI RC2 controller or in the DJI Fly App if you're flying when you're logged out. I couldn't find them for some reason. Well, Erwin Searle sent me a text, or a message. He said, "Did you say around 8 minutes that the flight path is not registered when you're not logged into your account? Isn't that route always in a file that you can find on the drone itself or a copy of it with less data points on the controller?" Well, I again looked and I couldn't find them, so I told him that no, I couldn't find those records anywhere. Well, he sent me another message, a follow-up, that basically walks you through the process of finding those files. You got to go to the screen controller, go to storage, internal storage documents on the DJI RC, and then the flight records are listed there. Well, I followed his instructions. I didn't find the flight records there, but you know what's funny? I found the flight records already saved in the regular section. So I don't know if there has been some sort of a glitch or something with my controller or my Fly app, but I found all those records of all those flights that I did when logged out. So their records are there, so that's good. At least you're not flying dark, so if there is an incident, you have some proof of what happened. So that's a good thing. Thanks, Erwin. I appreciate you giving me the heads up on that. Again, guys, I apologize for passing on the wrong information, but shoot, that's what we do here, right? We tell you what not to do. Anyway, guys, let's get back to the topic of this whole video. I was saying that we've been testing out these drones with the logged out DJI Fly apps, and we got a comment about a year ago from Jacques Pilon, 1965. He said, this is in response to one of our first videos that we did with the Rose, our DJI Mini 2, when we had her logged out. He said, "Today I decided to try the Quickshot, and because I didn't log in, I was limited to 80 feet. They worked okay, except it didn't return the Mini 2 to me. It would just hover at that height." So we're going to test that out today. Sorry, Jacques, that it took me so long to get to you, or to get to this test idea. Somehow it just got lost in the trenches. But today we're going to do it. But I'm going to get Dwight all set up here, and we're going to get him up in the air. I'm going to show you guys a Helix under normal circumstances because I want to show this entire campground from the drone's perspective. I think that's going to be a cool shot. And then I'm going to limit it, or I'm going to log out, and then I'm going to see what limitations it has when it comes to quick shots. And I'm going to do a master shot too and see what happens there. I've only done master shots one time, and if you guys are interested in watching that video, I'll put a link of it right here. But I was on a boat with a Gnu guy, and it could have really ended badly. That was a tough thing to catch on a boat. All right, guys, look at that. The wind is blowing so hard that the propellers are moving. Well, they were. What if I do that? No, like that? Look at that. It sounds like Dwight's ready to take off. Now, you can't tell me that it's not windy here, right? Here, I'll put it up close to the microphone so you can hear it. Crazy. All right, let me get Dwight put over here on this landing. Actually, I need to turn them on, don't I? So let me turn the controller on first, and then we'll get Dwight turned on. I just charged up Dwight's batteries. So I got battery number 2 in Dwight right now. I'm going to turn him on. I'm going to go set him over on the landing pad. Okay, we got the screen recording up. Look at Dwight's view. Isn't that cool? Let me raise the gimbal up a little bit so you can see the sky. I wonder if this would be a good day for a cloud hyperlapse. I've been meaning to try that. I've been meaning to try to figure out the hyperlapse on the waypoints, but I just haven't ever got around to it. All right, so right now we're logged in. We have 10 satellites. We're waiting on our home point to be updated. I'm going to go to the 3 dots and show you what we're using. We're using Dwight. Martha says the home point's been updated. Thank you. We're using Dwight, our DJI Mini 4 Pro, and we're on the 1.17.1 Fly App update. Now I understand, or you guys need to understand, that we're kind of on a delay with our videos because of this 6-month-long camping trip that we're on. And this is, I can't remember what stop this is, maybe 18 or 17, but this is where we're going to get a 2-month break because we're going to be at Christy's mom's house for a while. But there may be some additional DJI Fly App updates come through since, or between now and the time that this video is released, because we're like 2 months behind. Okay, so we're back on the main screen here. We've got our home point updated, 24 satellites. I'm going to go, I guess I'm just going to get Dwight started. I'm going to pinch the sticks together and get him up in the air. Get him up like 20-something feet. Make sure that he's got his home point locked in. And he's up 30 feet. I can never seem to really, oh, look at that. We've already got a mad bird. Yeah, these birds are going to really wreak havoc with Dwight. It's hiding right behind him. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull Dwight forward here, and those birds are all over him right now. That's not good. Guys, we might have to cut this test short, I'm not sure. But I'm gonna get turned around here to look at the camper. I'm gonna use the camper as the center point here for this quick shot. I'm gonna do a helix. So I'm gonna hit that banner there, go to quick shots. Looks like we got a truck coming in here too. So let me get that off the screen. I wanna put a plus sign on the camper, if I can hit that button. Do you guys have problems with your fingers touching those buttons also? Max radius of 40 feet. Let's see how far we can go. Let's go 80 feet. Now let's go 120 feet because his radius was, or his thing was limited at 80 feet. So let me go ahead and raise Dwight up a little bit here because those birds are really interested in what he's doing. I want to back up a little bit right here. So we're at 80, we're 84 feet out and we're 40 feet high. I'm not exactly sure what that truck's over there doing. You guys can't see it in the screen here, but let me go ahead and hit start and we'll see what Dwight can do. Now there's a chance. Now there's some telephone wires over that way, but I think that it's going to be, okay. I don't think he's going to be close to him. I'm going to stand up and keep my eyes on him because I'll hit cancel if I have to. But this is going to be a really cool shot once he gets his gimbal up. Yeah, he's shaking around a little bit. Yeah, you can tell it's windy in the video here. How are you going to do it, man? Are you going to? Uh-oh. Yeah, he's having some problems up there in the wind. It sounds like I can hear him working hard. But he's raising up his gimbal. That is a cool view. Look at that. Nice empty campground. But look at that shot. That's cool. And I think he's going to come back down to his starting point. Quick shot complete. Aircraft returned to the starting point, and he's working his way back to us. So it looks like he stopped, and he didn't return his gimbal back to where it was originally. Okay, and he was actually off a little bit too. Let me turn this way. Let me go back to I'm gonna hit Mastershots right here. I'm gonna use the camper as the subject. I gotta hit that button again. And right now, like I said, we don't have limitations because we're logged in. We're 84 feet away, we're 36 feet high. And I'm gonna hit start. And we're just gonna go through this process with the Mastershots and see what all he can do, because Mastershots is a really cool thing that I've never really taken advantage of. And I probably should. Now he's already way past those limitations there on his very first thing. So I really kind of think that it's probably not gonna work whenever we're logged out. It's probably gonna stop the drone and just interrupt the whole process altogether. We're already a quarter of the way finished with this maneuver. So now hopefully he's gonna work his way back over closer to us, but gimbal tilt axis reached movement. Uh-oh, that's not good. That means that we might have a problem with the gimbal. That wasn't a rocket though, what was that? A reveal of some sort? Man, there is no way I could do these maneuvers on my own. I couldn't, well maybe I could with the spotlight mode. But these are some pretty cool shots that he's getting, and it looks like he lost his pin. So now he's more so on the grass than he is on the camper. That is a cool effect. We're over halfway done. And he's just over there flying around doing his own thing. Man, that looks really cool. You guys can't tell me that you don't think this is a cool campground. This is a cool spot. All right, so now we're gonna do the rocket, and this is gonna tell us if that gimbal is still messed up. But yeah, my belief is that there's no way that he's gonna be able to even come close to doing Mastershots whenever he's logged out. I don't know what he's doing now. He's doing a rise up and a spin. And we're almost finished with this. This is a cool maneuver. I probably should take advantage of Mastershots a lot more often than I do, but I honestly just kind of forget about them. There's a bird now that's right above Dwight that's just circling him. It's that state bird that I was telling you about, that black bird with the orange spots or red spots. I don't like that bird. Bird's mean. Well, his gimbal didn't shoot all the way straight up. It just says that it reached its limit. I don't know, guys, maybe the gimbal thing's been fixed, but that's for another test. I don't think it's been fixed because last time I tested it, it was still screwed up. All right, let me get Dwight landed and we're gonna log out and we're gonna do a quick shot. We're gonna do that helix and see if it's, well, you know what? Let's do this. Let me go back to quick shots. We'll do one more quick shot. We'll just do a simple Dronie and we'll use the camper as the, what it's called, the subject of interest. We'll come down a little bit closer to the camper. So we're 25 feet up, we're 56, 57 feet away. And this is, oh, hang on, let me X out of that. Let me go a distance of, we'll go a distance of 280 feet. We'll do that because I don't think we're going to be able to do that whenever the account's logged out. I know we could probably do the 80 feet because he said that's what his limitation was. Let me hit start and we'll see what this looks like. I don't think that the gimbal's going to be screwed up on this one because it's the only one that I've seen it screwed up on is the Rocket. And he's going back really slow and controlled. But that is a cool looking shot right there. And in the background you can see that truck. I guess that might be a pump truck. Maybe they're pumping out the sewage. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. But it didn't look like a pump truck to me. It just looked like a tanker truck. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So we're almost 100% finished. He's going to come back to his starting point and stop. And that'll give me an opportunity to get him landed and see if we can get him logged out and see if we're still going to have any type of access to this quick shot. All right, Dwight, where are you going? Whoa, why is he twisting that way? You guys see that? That was weird. Now he's facing backwards and his gimbal's facing straight up. Guys, that's a glitch. I've never seen that glitch before. Holy crap, that's was kind of scary because he wasn't supposed to do that. He was supposed to come back around like this and pull his gimbal down. Well, you know what? Let's see if we can get him to come home. Let me hit return to home and we'll see how close he is to the landing spot because he's really close to us and he might decide that he can't. Oh yeah, I guess he can't come home. Let me try it again. Yep, now he's returning home. Hopefully he's gonna be able to remember where he came from because he looked a little bit confused on that one. Dang, look at that. Can you guys hear him huffing and puffing and yelling at me? I don't think he likes me very much right now. All right, we're gonna see if he can land on this pad because he might have been blown off of his home point there at the very beginning. Looks like he's directly on the pad though, according to the screen. Okay, Dwight, I think you can get landed, buddy. There you go. Wonder what that was all about. That's kind of weird. I don't think I like that very much. But he is landing directly on the pad where he's supposed to be. And we will leave him right there to relax for just a minute. That was weird. All right, I went and retrieved Dwight. I got to check here and see if we're logged into Wi-Fi. Which I don't, yeah, we're not. So I don't know what that was. I think Christy's trying to come out of the camper. Let me go over here to the network thing. Let me open up my phone and we will get logged out. I think I'm logged onto the phone. Kevin's iPhone, there we go. Don't pay attention to any of these messages on the left. You can just ignore them like I do. All right, so I gotta get over here to the home thing, right? Go to profile and settings. And scroll down to log out. I'm gonna confirm. Why do I gotta hit all these buttons twice? I don't like that. All right, so now I'm officially logged out. I'm gonna go back to Dwight here to go fly. And we still got our FPV feed, but one thing that we have to do in order to be truly logged out is we've got to restart Dwight. So I'm gonna turn him off. His screen will turn gray or green or white or black or whatever. And then we'll know that he's logged out. Turn him back on. I got a cramp in my leg. Whoops. I think Dwight's got a cramp in his leg too. So Dwight's turned back on, and once he gets his connection again, his screen will come back up to green. And there it is. Okay, I'm gonna go put him back on the, why? Well, what the heck was that all about? I'm gonna go put him back on his landing pad. That was weird. What's wrong with you today? You're acting all weird. Oh, home point's been updated. Account not logged in, it says. We got 27 satellites, and it feels to me like the wind is getting even stronger. So I think that we're good to launch. Let me get him, let me move that actually. Whoops. How do you get the, there you go. I wanted to get that compass thing, whatever it's called, the altimeter. Maybe that's what it's called, I don't know. I don't know the technical terms of these things, guys, you know that. Let me get Dwight started up. Enough of this, what is that, the crazy babbling or whatever. Let me get him lifted up here. I know we're gonna have some limitations, so let me get up to 20-something feet here so we can get his home point logged in. And then we'll just, all right, we'll just fly over here to the, whoops. We'll fly over here in front of the camper. I think we were 50-something feet out and we were 26 feet high, or 25 feet high. So I think we're about in the same position that we were in. So let me go over to the little icon there and go down to Quickshots. We're just gonna do the Dronie. Let's just start with the Dronie. Let me close that box there. Let me tap the plus sign on the camper there. And we've got the distance still set at 280 feet. So I think as soon as I hit this button, it's gonna be like, nope, I ain't gonna do it. Let me hit start and see what he does. I don't think you're gonna be able to do it, but I think I'm setting Dwight up for failure here. Okay, so he's going back and up. He's gonna, wow. Max flight distance reached, that was fast, 69 feet. That's all the distance I got this time. And it doesn't even bring the drone back to the starting point, it just sits there. I guess he was 100% right. Let me pull back forward again, and we'll try this one more time with, I don't know, with the Helix maybe? Let me go over to the Helix. We'll see if we can get, I don't even know if we can get the camper in this shot now. It's so big. I'm dragging the, there we go. Max radius of 120 feet. He's kind of really close. I don't know if this is a good idea or not because there are some obstructions around. Let me hit start and see what happens. I'll just keep my eyes on him and hit cancel if I have to, but I think he's gonna cancel himself. I don't think he's gonna really do much of this flight. Yeah, it says max distance reached 69 feet. Why is it 150 feet in regular mode and 69 feet in quick shots? It's really weird. Let me see if I can get past 69 feet when I'm just flying around here. Let me get out of that mode and get into video mode. I'm just gonna fly straight backwards. Yeah, I'm past the 69 foot mark. I guess that Quickshots has more limitations than just free flying. So there's the Dronie, but that's where it stopped at. 162 feet. Guys, I think we got an answer. I'm not even gonna try the Mastershots. I'm just gonna get Dwight. I'll just return him home and see where he lands with the logged out flight, and then we'll have ourselves a little bit of a conclusion. Let me hit return to home here. Is he gonna do it? Yep, he's returning the, whoops, what did I just do? Oh, I hit the C1 button and I pulled the gimbal straight down. That was an accident. We'll just give him a better view of where he's heading right now. Looks like he is pretty much off the pad. You got a lot of correcting to do there, buddy, if you're gonna land on that pad. Looks like he's corrected himself. Looks like he did most of his correcting. So let me go ahead and go to the GoPro and we'll watch him land directly on this pad. He always impresses me with these landings. I'm telling you what, he does a good job. Come on, buddy, hurry up. Christy needs to go somewhere. She needs to go buy some mozzarella cheese. All right, there he is. He's got all 4 feet on the pad. And I think we got our answer. All right, guys, we got our answer 100%. There are limitations with the quick shots that are actually more drastic than just the free flying around. So, Jacques, again, I'm sorry it took me so long to get to your question. I hope that I answered your question. I hope that you guys got something out of the video. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. God bless. Christy's making lasagna.